Hey, we're back with a little OG NBA Hoops 9091. What we're looking for out of here, two big things. One, anything Jordan. and number two, we got the Mark Jackson Menendez brothers card that's in here. So I did a Whatnot stream the other night, and we ripped one of these and got a couple of both. And so we were really happy with that. So hopefully we get a few more here. The whole purpose I want to do is rip these to get graded, and I bought a whole case of it. So might be doing more rips for you. But let's do one box and see how we do. I did notice that the different boxes have different players there, and there's one with Bird and there's one with Jordan. So I'm wondering if I should keep the Jordan one sealed, but good old Admiral is going down right now, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to put the packs in here to make it a little easier. I got a whole new camera set up that I'm still getting used to. I'm not used to it quite yet. So I have to stretch a little bit in order to do it this way. Like I mentioned in my other videos, I got a new store. I'm setting up a new studio. Going to be able to do my Whatnot videos. And, oh, here's an easy way to pop them out. Do my Whatnot videos, my YouTube videos, my Whatnot streams, I mean. Everything like that, so. 36 packs, baby. Back when you really got your money's worth. It also takes a long time. I did the stream, and it felt like it was forever ripping the one box. I think well, we did a lot of talking and a lot of cool stuff, and we were ripping these packs, and it took me like 2 hours to do one box, which it won't take me that long to do it here. But we have a lot of fun in my Whatnot streams, and we do a lot of other stuff, and I was doing a lot of giveaways and things like that. I don't know if these are all going to fit, but I'm not going to squeeze them, so we're going to start opening these babies, and hopefully we get some good stuff here. I got to make sure the camera angle is good. I'll put the other cards in here as we go along. See everything. I think we're all good, right? Let me see if I can tilt the camera down a little bit, get a better view. Now that I don't need to see the full box that we have there. Let's see where we're going. These rip fairly easy. I was using a scissors, but now I got a down pad. It's a lot different than current. But look at the cards. One thing I'm really excited about when I'm opening these is how nice the cards look. I mean, right out of the pack, they should look pack fresh, right? But I mean, it's weird to see these old cards because I've seen a ton of them, but I usually get them in collections or, they're all beat up and corners are dinged. Look at this one. That's actually centered very nicely. That's a big problem with this. See, that one's not centered that great. But the biggest problem here isn't the quality or the condition of the card, because the cards are all in beautiful condition. I mean, it's insane when I see these in person and how nice they look, but it's the quality control as far as the printing goes that really is the big problem. Marcelonis rookie, Byron Scott, some great old school players in here. Lester Connor, Reggie Miller, that's a good card too. Not centered perfectly, so we won't pull that out. But if any of these cards are centered good, I pull them out for potential grading because I don't care who they are. It's so hard to get a nicely centered card out of this set that I take anyone. Del Curry, nice. Steph and Seth's dad. There's a Michael Jordan's playground right off the bat. Not centered great, but that's all right. We keep all Michael Jordans and see what we can do here. Reggie Miller, there's a really nice, I pulled a nice Michael Jordan one of these, the checklist cards out. Lionel, the L Train, baby. Mike Dunleavy. It's fun also looking up some of these guys and knowing their sons are currently playing, or some of these guys have sons that have already retired from the NBA. Oh, what the hell happened there? This one fell right out the bottom. That's crazy. Luckily, I know where I got this case from, and no one messed around with it. It's just that, I guess when they sit there that long, stuff gets old. Oh, that's a nicely centered one. Not great. Oh, I don't see too many of these. I think we only pulled one out of the other box. And that center is, top bottom is bad, but man, still a nice card. These are all great cards. Like I said, any of the ones that are graded nicely, centered nicely, are going to be attempted. And I love these older cards, too. These look really cool in here. A lot of the old coach. Well, they're players, but they're coaches as players. I thought that was such a cool idea. Phil Jackson one looks pretty cool. I don't know. I know the biggest value cards. I think there's a Sam Vincent, but this is Series 2. And I think the Sam Vincent was in Series 1. Let's see. Look at these. These are all partially open already. They've just come apart over time. Ooh, this one's got that's an odd thing to see, too. Put that aside. Nice Pippin. Oh, wow. That's pretty good. The grade isn't perfect, but it's better than most. And the back is really nice. All right, we're going to put that one aside. Gotta love Pippin. Michael Thompson. Klay Thompson's dad, I believe, which is crazy. There it is. We hit one right off the bat. What is this, the third pack? The Menendez brothers in the background there. These cards in a PSA 10 go for like $500. And this one's actually centered, not great, but it might be a PSA 9. But I'm surprised at how many I've gotten out of the boxes so far. And there's nice. It's way off center, but it's still a Jordan. You know, we'll take it. I think there's 5 different cards that have Jordan on it in this set. So we have a wide variety. The most expensive one, I think, is his main card. But like I said, it's very difficult to get these things centered nicely. So just buying up a box and getting a few doesn't mean anything, because most of the time they're not centered nicely. I'll go back over. That's a nicely centered one. But the thing with these is they have to be not only centered front, but they also have to be centered nicely in the back. This is another nice card, a Rodman card. Centered back is perfect. This one is not. Still, I like to keep the Rodmans. For some reason, I think that one might be valuable. Reggie Lewis, another, that's nicely centered. The back is not up top. Dennis Hobson, Isaiah, Don Chaney, Fat Lever, baby. That's all we got. I have to stretch a little bit. It's a little odd. See, some of these aren't. Some of them are open loose, but not like tampered with open. Just age opened. Paxson, Thorpe, Steve Kerr. Now a legendary coach in his own right. That was before he was even on the Bulls. Most underrated player, I think, in NBA history, Tom Chambers. Jack Sigma. There's the Admiral. Ooh, that's a nicely centered one. The top and bottom are a little off, but still pretty nice. Only a couple years after his rookie, which was also a hoops. We'll put these off to the side. I thought it would be fun to do a video on these. I don't really go that fast, though. That's the problem. I got to learn how to do these faster. But I enjoy looking at the cards, especially the ones we haven't seen in a while. And going down memory lane. Look at that. Sean Elliott, another fantastic player. Was he from Louisville? I can't remember. Or Kentucky. I remember him playing behind Never Nervous Purvis. Or what? Where was he? What college did he go to? I remember seeing him play in like either the championship or in the Final Four at some point one year, but I can't remember what team he was from. Oh, Arizona. There it is, right there. What, am I blind? I'll have to look and see what year that was. Jeff Hornacek, another great player. I went to high school. His dad was my dean, which is crazy. I've told that story before in another stream. Dennis Scott and Bill Wennington, another future Bull. A lot of these guys were future Bulls. I'm going to angle this down just a little bit more. I just want to make sure we're getting all the cards. It's hard to judge that yet. Vernon Maxwell. I was just watching him tell a story about Larry Bird. It was pretty funny. Mount Eaton. James Worthy. I've noticed over all the cards that I've seen with regularity, the James Worthies all seem to be centered the best consistently. Where everybody else is off dramatically. There's Never Nervous Purpose. Ooh, that's a weird card. I thought, is this his rookie year? I thought it was his, yeah. Why doesn't it have a rookie insignia or anything? Is something missing from this card? Seems like something's missing, doesn't it? I don't know. I'm going to put that aside and check. Danny Manning, Chris Mullen. The other Malone from Utah. Hopefully this new method of, I wanted to do the long angle instead of the camera. I do those for shorts, but I haven't been doing too many little videos with the side to side, which I think people prefer when you're watching a regular full-length video and not a short. So I'm trying to do more of the regular size videos. But I got a nice new camera that's going to be coming and part of setting up the new studio. And so that'll make it a lot easier and a lot better. Danny Ainge on the back. Bernard King, Stacy King. Craig Elo. I think he was the victim of the shot that Jordan did in 88 or 89 against Cleveland in the playoffs, was it? Oh, nice. Gary Payton rookie. That's another nice one. But every single one of Gary Payton rookies, man, the centering is freaking insane. At first, I thought that's actually how the card was supposed to look because it was so badly centered. But then I saw another one that was slightly off. But I still haven't figured out. I have to look at a PSA 10 and see exactly how the centering is on that. Because I've literally seen all of them or more like that with only one that was slightly centered better. But it's hard to tell. Nice Vlade. Imagine they traded him for Kobe Bryant. Trade of the millennia. Kendall Gill, Illinois. Mike Dunleavy. Looks like his son. I think his son has already played and retired, which is crazy. These cards just look so nice, though. I'll tell you. I got to figure out a way to get rid of these bulk cards. And they're not worth much, but these are in such good shape. Drazen Petrovic, one of the greatest players, could have been one of the top NBA players of all time. Unfortunately, he died in a car accident. Way, way too young. Lenny Wilkins, Richie Abodado, Derek Harper, Reggie Theus. Man. I don't think this crimped one is going to be worth anything, but I forgot to put that as pretty cool. Some people like the crimped ones. I haven't yet to see a crimped one. That was the first one I've seen since I've been opening these. Man, now we're a little light. There's a nice Larry Bird. Ooh, let me see. Was that one? I'll just get to it. The centering on this one. Yeah, it's not good, unfortunately. Like most of them, Orlando Woolridge, former Bulls teammate of Michael Jordan. All right, let's move some of these so we have room again. A lot of bulk. But, man, the bulk is in good shape. See, these take a long time. 14 minutes in on this already? Holy moly. It doesn't seem like it's been that long. I got to move this. I like to keep my videos around 20 minutes, but that's not going to happen here. Kenny Skywalker, baby. Another nicely centered. Let's get a couple Jordans here and maybe another Mark Jackson. My goodness, it's taking a long time to do this. I'm going to have to speed this up. I don't want it to go more than 30 minutes for sure, because who the heck is going to watch it for 30 minutes? I probably would. But there's a lot of cool stuff out there. Manute Bol, he died too young as well. His son Bol plays right now. There's a Phil Jackson I was talking about. Isn't that cool? Good old Phil. Now he looks really old, but Man, I keep those because, Phil's a legend. Pistons back-to-back champs. Paul Westhead. Horace Grant, legendary Bull as well. John Stockton. This is not his rookie card, right? No. Yeah. Oh my goodness, no. But it's actually, that is a keeper as far as the edges go. There's the original 3-point master. When I used to play the video games, that's the guy I would take, Del Curry, because I was always firing up the threes. That's a cool checklist card. Tell me that doesn't remind me. That reminds me of our Arsenio Hall show. OG, pure 90s, early 90s. Eric Sleepy Foy. There we go. There's a Jordan. Off center as usual, but I don't care. We'll take it, right? That is a beautiful one. And look how nice it looks. Just perfect, man. Outside of the centering. So still maybe a 9. It's in such good shape otherwise. Chris Jackson. Whatever happened to Chris Jackson? Is he the one that changed his name? I can't remember. Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. I forgot what. That was Chris Jackson. All right, I want to see another one of those, another Jordan that's actually centered nicely. Any Jordan. The checklist, the playground, or another one of those. There is not a lot of Jordans. There was more Mark Jacksons than we had pure Jordans. Now, we got a lot of the playground ones and Jordans that, ones that had Jordan on it. There's a Philly. Super Streaks, that's another one. Oh, that one's actually centered nicely. So that goes into the keeper. And then Super Streaks with Magic and Jordan on there. The centering is decent on that. Top and bottom's a little off, but anything Jordan, we'll keep. This guy's a Larry Bird wannabe. Derek Coleman, classic. Mark Price, Terry Teagle. I'm moving a little quicker now. I still might be under my 30 minutes. I might get in there. I'll try to keep these all at least under 30 minutes for sure, but under 20 is where I prefer to be. Right around 12 minutes, I think, is a perfect video. But it's almost impossible for me to do that without splitting them up, which sometimes I do. Larry Brown, Roy Tarpley, Rick Adelman, Portland Trailblazer, legend, Sam Perkins. That's a nice one. My man Sam Perkins, Jordan's teammate at North Carolina when he was in college. I always thought the Bulls might get him. He would have been a good addition to the early Bulls teams. Charles Barkley, the round mound to rebound, baby. Mo Cheeks. Ooh, there we go. This one is better. Nah, top bottom is still off. Gee. But still one of the nicer cards. Sam Bowie, infamy, drafted ahead of Jordan. Those poor Portland Trailblazers paid for that forever. Although Clyde Drexler is a great player, but imagine Clyde and Jordan together. That would have been a team for the ages. And I'm lucky that it wasn't happening because I am a Chicago native, not of Chicago, but the burbs. Look at that. The Admiral, nicely centered. We'll take it. Quentin Daly, Q. Cotton Fitzsimmons, Donnie Nelson, baby. Karl Malone, I think that's Karl Malone. Yep. Bobby Hansen, another future Bull. Another future Bull to be abused by Jordan in practice. Derek Mischievous. Stuart Gray. I only know him because of the 89 hoops. He was part of the pack that Jordan came in. That's how I know. Oh, Kenny Smith. I wonder if his card is up. There's Clyde the Glide, Joe Dumars, David Greenwood. Man, you do get a lot of packs in these old ones. I love it. Not like when you buy a box for $250 nowadays and you get 24 cards in it. Come on now. Oh, nice Karl Malone. That centering is not great, but it's not bad. That's really the determination here. Oh, Purvis. It still looks plain to me. I guess that's normal. I mean, 36 packs. It seems like there's a lot more than 36, honestly. But then again, I do mostly TCGs, and Sorcery has 36 packs. That's a nice looking Hakeem, or Akeem at the time, before he changed his name. Sarunas, Mark West, Tyrone Corbin as a DePaul guy. I remember going to a DePaul game when I was a kid. Tyrone Corbin. Here's another Jordan, one we haven't seen yet in this box. I don't think so. We'll take it. The L Train again, another Mike Dunleavy. Quite honestly, it doesn't seem like this was that long ago, but what is it, 35 years or something? 40 years? That's crazy. BJ. Come on, one more Mark Jackson or one more Jordan. I liked it. This Dennis Rodman is usually centered pretty nicely, too. There's the human highlight film. Patrick Ewing, nice. Dennis Scott. A lot of Bill Wenningtons in this box. Oh, another crimped card. That's wild. Terry Cummings. In fact, I don't think we've seen too many Terry Cummings in general. Oh, another nice Admiral. I wonder if the... Yes, very nice. Centering a win. Oh, another Karl Malone, also centered again. Top and bottom is slightly off, but good enough to keep. A lot of Bobby Hansons, too. These are so much fun to rip, but I'll tell you, I'm stretching a little bit here to do this with this camera. It's becoming to be a bit of a pain, especially since this is my third video that I'm done today. There's Clyde Line, David Greenwood. I remember when I was a kid and I would open up the hoops. The one, I think David Greenwood was in the one, 89 hoops with the, David Robinson's rookie card, and I would constantly think that I was pulling a David Robinson, but it would end up being a David Greenwood. So I get like PTSD every time I see David Greenwood, because it was always disappointing me. Paul Pressey, Wes Unseld, Kiki Vandeweghe. I think he runs the Nuggets now. I don't know if he still does, but that's a nicely centered one. Oof. Who's behind him? Who's behind Kiki? Oh, Clyde the Glide. Oh, man, it's centered actually not bad, but, man, that white stuff, I wonder, that's really chopped to shit. My goodness. Oh, I just threw it. Oh, man. Yeah, this thing isn't going to go anywhere with these white edges. Nice card, though. I'm going to keep that aside because I haven't seen... That's the only Clyde the Glide that we've seen in here today. There's a bird checklist card. Yeah. It's not great centering, but... Some of these you'll take as a 9. Some people want them for their collection. There's tons of these that are available as singles. That, especially these, if you want them for your collection, if you don't care so much about the centering, these ones that I have in my hand are really nice. Ooh, Danny Ferry. That's a nicely centered Ferry. I think that's his rookie card too. Casey and the Sunshine Band there. Barkley. I should have checked that one. All right. Come on, let's get one more Jordan or one more Mark Jackson out of here. We want to see a couple of those. Muggsy. There's Philly. And there's a Jordan. Not the one I wanted, but... Oh, that one is centered good. I like that. Brad Davis. Derek Coleman. We haven't seen that one. I remember chasing that card forever. All right, down to the last few packs. Will we get another Mark Jackson? That seems to be more of the rarity it should be, because the value's pretty high. So I would think, ooh, that's a nicely. I think Sam Perkins actually has some value in a 10. There's a couple cards, just because of the quality control, I think it's very hard to get 10s. So even players that are not superstars that have PSA 10s are worth something. Ooh, that's a nice Stockton. That's very nice. That is probably the best looking one that we've seen out of all of them. Vinny the Microwave, Alvin Sigma, Cage. There's the Admiral. That one doesn't look too bad. Felton Spencer. Haven't seen that card in a while. A lot of Paul Pressey's on the back. Wes, Ron, Kiki. There's another Clyde the Glide. That one's really nicely. We'll take Clyde there. That one is centered very nice. Oh, a nice bird checklist card. All right. Well, we got pretty much a couple Jordans, one main one, and a couple of the extraneous ones. We got the checklist Jordan, so we pretty much got one of everything that we wanted. Let's get one more. We got a couple of the. Oh, that's a pretty damn good as well. I don't know if he's worth much in a 10, but ooh, that's a nice Chuck. All right, last pack. Last chance for us to get another of the high value ones, but I'll take one good centered card out of this last one. And we're at 27 minutes, so I'm going to be under 30 minutes, which is still too long. But hey, it was fun going through these. Will Purdue, Bull, Willie Anderson, KJ, Billy Thompson, Vinny, Sam Vincent. That's the one that's worth a lot in, I think, Series 1, because Jordan is there with the wrong uniform on or something. Buck, Ricky, KJ, Patrick. Oh, Jerry Sloan. I like this one. That's a freaking legend if you ever saw one. Also passed away much too early. And that is that for that. So we did get a bunch of good cards with some great, looks very gradable. There's Larry Bird. That one looks really good. That Stockton looks really good. There's a Jordan, a Philly, Ferry, Bird. This one's got the sides. I think that one's going to go back to the pile. I don't know why I kept this one. This one's actually got the white edge. Probably won't grade very well either. Another Phil. Oh, I forgot about that. Karl Malone. That one looks pretty good. And then the Terry Cumming, the Rodman. We got a lot of nice cards out of here, actually. There's a Michael Jordan's Playground. Some of these are actually quite centered. Quite nicely centered. I wish the Jordan was centered nicely, but it's still good. So, that draft pick, Never Nervous. That one's really nice, but I just wish that... this was my favorite card out of this whole box, this whole set. And I have one that's perfectly centered. I think I'm going to send it to CGC just to see. And then we got the Mark Jackson, which is actually really well centered as well. I'll probably send these to CGC as a test, and then another Jordan. So that was that. I have a lot more of these to open, so I might do one that took a little longer. Maybe I could do them a little faster. Maybe I'll do a couple packs at a time on some shorts or something. But that was a lot of fun. Hopefully you like and subscribe if you were able to enjoy it with me. And check my other videos. We're going to be doing a lot more videos going forward. So check back frequently and doing a lot of reveals and things like that. Oh, look what fell out of one. There's the old Terry Cummings. They had the whole thing was sliced off. That's wild. But hopefully we'll see you again soon. If put any comments on any of the players that you remember or anything that was cool about when you were younger, maybe open these up and And then hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you.